Right, good morning, traders. So it looks like, let's see what the SPY is looking like. Get that drawing out of there. So currently sideways. We are seeing some pops. SNSS going on a nice breakout there. Nice little U shape and a rip. I kind of missed it though. And we got SYPR on this trend line. Good morning, Doc Trader. How you doing, buddy? It's been a while. Looking at JFU here. A little bit of volume, but making a triangle here. Little flag. I'll add it to the watch list. It is a little bit higher. Okay. Alright, thank you, Slim. You just love to do this to me. Actually, what is that? FNGD actually looks kind of interesting here. When we were watching yesterday, it started going a pop. Not had a ton of volume yet, but it's interesting looking. Keep an eye on this. If it breaks 350, it could get going. JFU is still in that little and nope, looks like it may crack that triangle. See SLRX in a downtrend currently. You can see the downtrend there, but hasn't really sold off. Keep an eye on that as well. Yeah, JAFU looks like it's about to crack probably. SYPR cracking a trend line. And this is interesting. Oops. This is pretty low float. Not had a ton of volume yet, but the volume it did pop. We got a flag forming. I'm gonna go on this big old flag we got here. What did I get filled at? 446. That's not too bad. If it starts getting big volume, this thing could rip pretty hard. Let's see, we got a gap. Yeah, it's got to break this 460 area where it's at currently to really get going. Not a ton of volume on it yet. These are very little volume bars, but with only 168,000, this thing ran from 4 up to 460, and that's a little bit of volume for a big rip. So if it can break that 460, it could get going. $0.05 spread currently. Need to see it get back over 450. His last couple of candles closed under 450. So we need a candle to close over 450 here. We got 7 seconds on this candle. Morning, Jamie. Good morning, Kay. Yeah, see if it starts dropping any lower than this, then it's probably going to crack to the downside, but we just need some buying volume to come in. We're getting some buys over 450. It looks like the time and sales is working today. And the level 2 on Thinkorswim. So that's at least something. Well, the candles are by time. So all I'm doing is just looking at the clock. These are 2-minute candles, so every 2 minutes evenly. So 9 o'clock would be the close of a candle and the open of a new candle. 9:02 is going to be the open and the close of a new candle. 9:04 is going to be the open and new close of a candle. So I mean, I'm not doing anything special. All I'm doing is just reading the clock. That's all it is. Your candles are never going to be off of regular timing. This is VCNX. Very low float play. Not a ton of volume on it yet. So I mean, it is still sketchy. So you can see if 450 is holding up as some resistance. Got to break that. But I just like this triangle, and then the possibility that if this starts to get any big type of volume, it could rip hard. But at this point, we don't know. It may not get any type of volume. It may just keep slowly going sideways and sell off, or there's no telling, because this is not there's not high volume in this. It just has potential to rip and has the pattern. So but we got to see buying volume start to come in, push it back up to the top of the triangle, and then we need to see a nice big volume explosion. So yeah, so like we know this candle opened up at 9:02, so I'm just looking up here at the clock. It's 9:03, so I've got 45 seconds on this candle left to close. So that's all I'm doing when I'm saying that the timing is when I'm talking about the timing, and the reason why it's kind of important. I mean, it's for the price action. It helps if you see like a candle close over resistance, because the probability is the next one's going to open above the resistance, which means buyers will feel like that's new support and come in and push it up. So like, that's why I'm saying this candle needed to close over 450 and it didn't. And preferably, I'd like to see this one close over 450 as well, but it may not. It's not going to happen. So this, on this candle here, this one needs to get over 450. If this one does not get over 450, then we're going to probably be looking at a drop here. Because we want it to continue to curl like this. I don't want it to go bleh. And it very easily could go bleh. I'm going to put a stop loss in just in case, because it is super low flow, so it could easily crack and sell off quick. And we're not seeing much buying volume come into it close to the tip of this triangle. There's a big buyer sitting at 448. If he can stay in there and hold this up, then we might be able to see a move. But if he gets taken out, I'd say this will be done. He's hanging in there, but we're not getting any buyers over 448. We need to see more buyers come in. Yeah, see, he just got taken out, so this is probably about to crack. You can see it's testing the bottom of the triangle now. Just not getting any buying volume into it. It's trying to hold. The buyers that are in here are trying to hold it up on the trend line, but it's not enough buying. It's getting very, very close to cracking. Let's see, right here we wanted this to come back up, and it just never did it. Couldn't get over 450. and now it's just kind of doing nothing. We got spread all of a sudden. Ask was all the way up at 449. You got Workhorse, WKHS. Workhorse is an interesting company. I haven't done that much looking into it, but it is interesting. Oh, wow. Why did it crash? They lost their postal service delivery vehicle contract. You know, that's not the greatest thing in the world, but I mean, Workhorse, I'm sure will try to get other contracts and stuff. I don't think that's the end of Workhorse. But yeah, that big of a drop though, I mean, it's probably not a bad, probably wasn't too bad of an idea. This may be a little bit too much of a panic sell. I mean, that's quite a drop. Oh, I just got stopped out on VCNX. Yeah. So small loss there. Not enough volume to come in to make it do anything. JFU cracked down as well. So that's 2 failed breakouts. Yeah, yeah, I mean that's you're probably in good shape with WKHS. If you got it at 14, you're already up 50 cents, so that's not bad anyway. There is some good, I mean, there's pretty decent support right across there. So it needs to hold up. It needs to hold above 14. As long as it holds above 14, you should be good to go. So SNS. Trend line on SNS right here. May go 25 shares. I'm gonna go 20. What? You lie. You lie. So I'm gonna go 20 shares then. There we go. I got filled at 615. That's not too bad. Because it just bounced off this trend line. That's just not a pretty candle there. A little inverted hammer. So it may try to crack the trend line. Okay. I don't know how this candle closes. If this candle closes down like this, then the trend line may crack. See, getting real sketchy. There seem to be a lot of support at $6 at the trend line. There was a ton of buyers when it dipped just there for a second. Came right back up. So we're still testing the trend line support here. Alright, so if this is going to come back up and not crack, it needs to do it right now. And it's starting to crack a little. See, there is a ton of buyers there sitting on the trend line at $5.99. If they get taken out, though, this will nosedive. There we go, starting to come back up now. Ooh. Wow, we got a quick big pop up to 640 all of a sudden. So very nice. Bouncing nicely off of this trend line so far. $6.58 is the high of day. Boy, this is all over the place though. And this candle's getting smashed down though. This candle's fixing to close. Really, we want to see it close at least over 6.15. Ooh, see, that's not good. We're back down on the trend line again. No. Don't come back down to 6. This comes back down to 6. No bueno. Let's see. Readjust my trend line there a little bit. So we do have this downtrend going as well. It's got to break back above 640 to really get going. If it can break that trend line. It's coming back up again here. Let's see if buying volume continues to increase. Now, if it breaks over 650, it's got room up to 675. That may be my profit target. Because I think if it comes back up and tests this high, I think it'll break that high, and we can see at 675. And then 675 breaks. It's got a little resistance at 680-ish. And then if that breaks, then there's no telling how high this could run. But that would seems like a stretch, but you never know. We'll see. You can see we hit the trend line there, and we're slowly climbing up it now. Buying volume starts to increase, we could see it start popping pretty nicely, especially if it gets over this downtrend. Big buyer just came in there at 625. There he is at 626. He's getting taken out though. That's a little ugly. Let's see, what are we getting hung up at? Let's see. Oh, we're getting hung up at 625. We need a candle. We need really this candle to close over 625. Okay, well it just broke over, but it needs to hold above it. So we got some selling resistance at 630 as well. See if we need to start seeing some 630s pop up on this time and sales here soon. There we go. We have 30 seconds on this candle. It needs to close over 625. Preferably 630. That would be a really good close. It's a little sketchy still. So we're still just slowly climbing up the trend line. We're not getting a ton of volume yet to push this up. Now we're starting to move a little bit. Testing that trend line, testing the downtrend right now. Cornbread, I'll get to your question in just a second here. Let me get out of this trade. So we're at a pivotal point here where it needs to break over this downtrend here, so got to keep an eye on it. If it doesn't break over the downtrend, you see some sellers at 640. There it goes, starting to break. Let's see if we hit a new high today. Ooh, real close to hitting a new high today. If we hit a new high today, then I think we'll see at 675. So we are getting held up at 650 a little bit. But we did get increase in buying volume. Let's see if this candle starts pushing up. Yeah, we're starting to break. Yeah, here we go. All the way up to 675. That was a quick pop to 675. Let's see if buying volume starts to come in here and really get this going. I want to see it try to test 675 again. So it looks like it's going to try to. Yeah, and it's breaking through 675. That 680 area, some resistance. Testing 680. Looks like we're going to break through that. Breaking through 680. Still getting held up there for a minute. See if buying continues to increase. And if buying continues to increase, I think we'll see 7 here shortly. Yeah, here we go. Up, we're going up to 7. Real close, 695. Buying volume still slowly increasing. See if we get a $7 breakout here. Oh, you gonna show me some frisk here? Trying to give it a chance to climb back up to 7. Buying volume still increasing. We are having a little pullback, but we just ran a whole dollar. Here we go. We're about to rip through 7, I think. If this buying volume keeps coming in, we're going to break through 7 in a second. Ooh, we're getting real close. Are you going to show me some real crazy frisk? Are we going to get frisky here? Struggling with the 690 area, so we're going to need to see a big buying volume push to push this through 7 and slowly approaching 7 here. 695 is the previous high of day, so there's a little resistance there. But I think if we break 695, this will break 7. $6.75 trying to hold as support. And we're starting to get some selling volume here, so it may not. It's looking like it may not break 7. At least not yet. Let's see, we got 30 seconds on this candle. If this candle can close over 280, then we may. Oh, we may be breaking right here. Oh yeah, we're gonna break over. Ooh, we hit 7. I thought we were gonna break. Let's see if the buying volume keeps coming. Come on, show me the frisk, SNS. Let's get real frisky. Let's get real nasty and have a big rip over 7. If we test 7 one more time, I think it's going to be off to the races on this. We are starting to curl over, so it needs to break 7 now, or it's going to come back down to the trend line. I know you guys are yelling at me locking some profit. My price target was 675, so as long as it holds above 675, I'm willing to hold it. If it starts cracking 675, then I'm going to lock completely out there. See, 675 still trying to hold us some support, so as long as that holds, I'm going to hold it. Because you see the increase in buying volume across these candles. If this buying volume keeps coming in, this is going to go nuts. If that buying volume can push it up to 7, push it through 7, then there's not really much resistance left. A little bit at, oh, starting to come down here. Let me pay attention. So 675 still holding. See if this one, if we go back up to 7, we're going to break out here. Ooh, real close. Real close. Ooh, I just saw 720 on the ask. We're about to break out here. Yeah, here we go. We're ripping right now. Oh, still getting held up at 7. Got a quick pop over 7 up to 709. See if volume stays in here. We need buying volume to keep pushing in. So 7's actually being a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. Come on, SNSS. Show me some frisk. What are you doing? Oh, now we're coming back down. Testing 675 again. The trend line's almost caught up with 675. 675 can hold up until the trend line catches up with it. Then we could see a move. See, they're testing 675 right now still, but still holding. See, buyers step back up again. Oop, we just cracked a little bit. Let's see if it comes back up to 675 or not. I may hold this as long as this trend line holds up. Yeah, back up to 675 again. There's a lot of selling at 675 now, though. Those sellers got to get taken out. We are going to test the trend line a little bit, looks like. Now let's see if we bounce off the trend line right here. I'm selling at 670. They are getting taken out. 675. Still got a lot of sellers at it. Needs to break back through 675 soon. See, 675 still acting as some resistance. There it goes. Okay. Now, we want to see 675 start holding that support again. Still some more selling at 675, but it did get taken out. See, now we're starting to curl up again. So if this can't, ooh, hold on a second. If this candle can continue to curl up, then we could see that $7 breakout. Testing the trend line though. Trend line's at 660. We need this candle. We either need this candle or the next candle to close over 675. I'm gonna put a stop loss in under the trend line in case the trend line cracks and comes back down quick. And I may just keep riding this trend line. If as long as the trend line holds up, I may just keep riding it up with my stop loss right under it like this. If I don't take some profit, you're gonna nut kick me. We're still in the uptrend, and it's still holding up in the 675 area right now. So, I mean, it's going to be a win regardless. But I'm trying. Ooh, big buyer just came in there. 75,000 shares at 665, I think it was. But I think this is gonna break 7. As long as it holds up the trend line. See, it tested the trend line there and got a little pop off of it. There's a lot of buyers trying to hold up the trend line. That's why I'm not that concerned. And here we go. Whoops, what did I just do? Testing 7 again here. So that was a nice bounce off the trend line straight up to 7. We are having some trouble breaking here. And we may start moving. Buying volume continues to increase here. So we got 30 seconds on this candle to close. We at least want this candle to close over 675. Whoa. Alright, well I just got stopped out there. What did I get stopped out on? Oh, okay. I see what I did. I only put a stop loss in for 5 shares. Okay. And this just cracked the trend line. Let's see if it's going to push back up real quick. Doesn't look like it. No, I'm getting out. Let's go. I'm not short. Oh, I've got 5 left. Okay. Okay, I misread my thing there. All right. Okay. So you see, rejected hard at 7. Couldn't break. Yeah, this is probably done. I'm gonna go ahead and just lock this other a little bit out here probably. Just trying to hold up 640. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it out. Because it is below the trend line. So not a big win. A little tiny win. Made up for my little loss on VCNX. Yeah. I actually made up for it and I'm green on the day. I'm green a whole $3. But it did kind of get me there. I wasn't expecting this type of crazy candle. I mean, we were pushing up nicely up to 7, bounced off the trend line, but then it just got smashed right there. So, I could have made more profit by locking in earlier. You guys were yelling at me to lock in profit. Thank you for doing that. I need you guys to keep me in check. But I really thought we were going to break 7. After we hit that high at 709 and then come back up here again. If it could have broke over that high today, then it probably would have ran pretty nicely. But 'tis what it is. But that's all right, And still a small profitable day, $3. So if you want to know how much I make around day trading, whoever asked that, I make $3. No, I'm just kidding. That's just today. Some days I make bad. I make big profits. Some days I make little profits. Some days I make big losses. Let's see. Punch my gut. Yeah, Doc Trader. I have a whole tutorial video on Thinkorswim of how to set your platform up like this. Although in the video I have 2 charts down here, and I've recently kind of changed it to just this one chart, but that's very easy to fix. But yeah, that Thinkorswim video is over there. And then there are hotkey settings. I don't like to use hotkey settings just because it's my personal preference. But there should be, I think it's in probably setup up here in the corner. I think. Yeah, right here, hotkeys. So there's your hotkeys. So you can buy a market, buy ask, buy bid, sell market, sell ask, sell bid, and set it up however you want to. Hey, 43 is better than nothing. And here's the question you want to ask yourself. How long did it take you to make that $43? Yeah. Let me address this question, Cornbread's question. I've been doing a small account challenge literally for a year now, I think, maybe a little bit over a year, and I keep going up and down and up and down, just from my bad discipline of trading. So currently, I'm not really making any money off of day trading per se, but that's just because my discipline is bad, and when I'm trying to do these small account challenges, I'm looking for a lot bigger wins. Just like on what was that we just traded? The hell? Oh yeah, it was SNSS. So like a lot of times because I only had 25 shares of this because I'm on a small account, it I was looking for a lot bigger run. Because I mean, right there, I could have locked in. It'd been like $20. But what I was looking for is it to run maybe to 750, something like that. Then it'd been like 30 or $40. That'd have been a better win. But this is what that I do that a lot. I hold way longer than I should, looking for more profits because I am trying to actually grow this small account and stop going up and down and up and down and sideways. But it's harder, and this is the truth. I don't care what anybody says. It is harder to grow a small account on a cash account like this than it is if you've got 25K margin account. Now that's if you know what you're doing. If you knew the market and you have no idea what you're doing, definitely don't be on a 25K margin account or any high amounts of money like that. But when you can make as many trades as you want to, and you've got plenty of capital to work with, it becomes a lot easier. And this is the perfect example on. Well, I don't want to say it becomes a lot easier, but like on SNS, if I would have bought 1,000 shares of this at the trend line at $6, and then this ran up to 7, that would have been $1,000 win right there. And yeah, I would have absolutely locked in right there. I wouldn't have held it that long. I mean, a whole dollar rip on 1,000 shares is $1,000. So you don't have to hold as long when you've got a lot more capital to work with. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you I'm making all kinds of money day trading stocks at the moment. I'm been struggling with this small account challenge. I'm not gonna lie. It's took me, like I said, over a year. And then I experiment sometimes with different indicators and all that. But I survive. I survive and keep trading. But day trading is not my only source of income. So that's why I'm able to do the small account challenge. I have other sources of income besides this. If the day trading was my only source of income, then I would not be doing a small account challenge. I don't have a Lambo. Even if I was a millionaire, I still wouldn't buy a Lambo. I'd rather buy $250,000 worth of gold than I would a Lambo. No, you don't have to have a certain amount of money to day trade. Like I've got around 1,000 in this account. So I trade. You guys see me trade 2 to 3 times a day, most days of the week, and I'm only using $1,000 cash account. So I don't go very heavy shares a lot of times. But right now we're in this kind of sideways market, so I definitely am not going heavy shares in an unpredictable market like we got. See, somebody said Hoth. Oh yeah, Hoth, a nice triangle breakout there. Look at that, beautiful. I mean, you could start day trading with $50. And if you're a new trader, that's what I recommend is to start trading with $50. You know, just buy a couple of shares here and there. You won't be making very much money, but the key is to get consistent. And if you can grow that $50 to $100, then try to grow that $100 to $200. If you're able to keep scaling up like that, when you are confident, you can put in some actual money and make some big wins. But if you just throw 5,000 or 10,000 or something in an account without doing all your research and learning all the stuff you need to learn to at least be somewhat consistent, then you're going to lose that money. So nice call out, Virus, on this triangle on Hoth. Yep, very nice call. Getting a nice rip and break out of this triangle. So they expanded their portfolio with something. Now it does look like 350 is probably going to be some strong resistance. Yeah. So be careful with that. You can see right there already kind of getting rejected at 340. It may consolidate a little bit under 350. No. The only reason why you have to have a certain amount in your account to day trade is if you're on a margin account. The PDT rule, which is the pattern day trader rule, is only specific to margin accounts. If you have under 25,000 in your margin account, then you can only make 3-day trades a week. And if you break that PDT rule, they will start out with warning you, and then if you keep doing it, they will warn you some more, and then they'll fine you and then freeze your account. But I am on a cash account, and a cash account is not subject to the PDT rule. There's no margin. And margin is basically other people loaning you money. The broker that you're using is loaning you money on top of your money to try to make bigger trades. And the government put the PDT rule in because they wanted to protect the little guys from losing all their money. So they say. But with a cash account, it takes 48 hours for the funds you use to trade. So like my funds that I used on, what was it, SNSS and VCNX, those funds will not be settled and ready to trade until Friday. So this is what I do to be able to trade every day, even with a small account, is I break my account up. So Monday I'll trade like $400, and then Tuesday I'll trade like $300 or $400. And then the 400 from Monday that I traded will be ready for Wednesday. And whatever the 400 or 500 that I trade on Tuesday will be ready for Thursday. And then that cash that I trade on Wednesday will be ready for Friday. So I'm able to trade every single day and make as many trades as I want. I mean, I've made 2 trades today. I made, 2 trades yesterday? So I'm already over 3 trades for the week. So there's no PDT rule on a cash account. No problem. Doc Trader, you were talking about setting up a trailing stop loss. And actually, I'm putting out the buy and sell TOS video this week. I'm going to record it today, hopefully. And I'll go over how to set a trailing stop loss, but I can go ahead and just show you now. So you want to go to your brackets right here. And if you go to brackets right here, you can see you've got your limit and your stop. Alright, you just change that stop to trailing stop. And then the offset, so like on this one right here, that's a $1 trailing stop loss. So that's a really big stop loss. So you just change that, and if you want a 10-cent trailing stop loss, whoops, that'd be a $10. Put in 10-cent trail, and then whatever you want. If you want to hold off with putting a order in to sell it to the upside, you just click that off. But if you want to put it, like if you got a certain goal, like I could have made this SNSS trade completely hands off if I wanted to. So I could have put a trailing stop in here, say 10 cents, and then I could have put my profit target on the limit order up here at $7. Or actually, no, not $7. That would be $1. So when I got in at $6 there, the limit order would have been up at $7, and the trailing stop loss would have been 10 cents under $6. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. But like I said, I'm going to do that video and I'll dive into it more on how to do that. But it's not too complicated. You just got to go change this stuff. And you can get real fancy with these if you want 3 brackets. See, I mean, this to me is overkill. I'm probably not even going to cover that because that's just too much. But basically, if you want to have 3 different orders, and then you can do it with 3 brackets. But same thing, 2 brackets, you get 2. But you really don't need all that. You just do the 1 bracket. And you can also change this. Change your TIF right there. So if you're trading after hours or pre-market, you can change that for those orders. So if you are trading, then you can only trade with limit orders. This would probably be a good way to do it. But I'll get that video out and give you guys a little bit more detail than that. But it's not too crazy. Then you can also do OCO orders if you want. That's not, I mean, you can do the trail and stop there. But that one, the only one I really use is this bracket one here if I'm going to use it. You can see I already have a couple of presets there. This is my 20-cent stop loss I have loaded. So I got 20-cent stop loss and a $1 move on the limit. Yeah, the breakouts are not doing as well, Orlando. You're definitely right. That's why I kind of, like, I got in VCNX looking for the breakout, but it didn't break, so that was a problem. But with SNSS, I bought the dip off of the trend line. So when we're in a sketchy market like this, you want to look for dip buys. Like, you still want to kind of look for the breakouts. Like, this did make a U-shape and break out. But I knew the market was a little sketchy after that first play didn't break. So I got in down here right on the trend line, right at support, and was able to make this little profit on this. So during these times, you really want to be buying as close to some support as possible, and be trying to hold it, make sure that support holds up. So, like on Hoth did have the breakout, but I would have tried to get this down here on the bottom of this support of this uptrend instead of maybe in the middle like I normally would. So I mean, the closer you can get to support, the better. Just keep in mind that support could crack, so have your stop loss or whatever a little bit under support. Give it enough wiggle room if you're going to use an actual stop loss and not a mental stop loss. Give it enough little wiggle room in case it does have a little quick dip like this one, because you can see the uptrend was going up right there, and then this one did dip below the uptrend just a little tad bit. So you kind of wanted your stop loss a little off of that. How many screens do you need? I only use one. I have two screens, but my one screen is you guys. It's the chat. I just look at the chat on that screen, and then this all that you're seeing here, that's all I'm looking at. This is all I trade with. I don't have a million screens or none of that nonsense. That's just overkill. It's like, well, I'm not. I, I was going to diss everybody who uses a bunch of screens. I'm still going to. I don't care. So if you see somebody who's claiming to be a guru or master trader or whatever, and they've got 6 screens, they're overcompensating for something. It's kind of like the big old trucks or whatever, you know. It's too much. There's no reason that you need that many screens. Like maybe two if you want 2 screens, and then you can have like a couple of different charts up on one side, so that way you don't have to look through like I do. But I mean, I can see the prices of the stocks up here on my watch list. So that's why a lot of times you'll see me click away, even though I'm in a trade. I can keep an eye on what the price is and know kind of the general area on the chart where it's at. So I don't need all those charts. If you like doing that, 2 screens should be sufficient. That's really all you. That's really the most you really would need. Big chrome, yeah, the big chrome trucks or whatever. Yeah, you don't. It's just overkill. Man, that's just crazy trading. This is enough. But that's just me, you know. Personally, I don't like to overcomplicate things that much. Like day trading is already pretty complicated for new traders and all of that, so I'm not trying to sit here and give you guys crazy courses and breakouts and tell you need all kinds of screens and all that stuff. I'm not. You don't need none of that. You just need to keep grinding, keep working, keep sticking to your plan, and trade the charts. Now, maybe if you were like a super momentum scalping trader, you might would want to have a couple of charts up on the side. Because if you're doing quick little 5 and 10 cent scalps, then it probably would be a good idea to have a second monitor to have like 4 or 5 charts up of your watch list. So if you see a quick opportunity for a scalp, you can pop in and pop out. Now, the only reason why you would fail, Orlando, is if you give up. You know, if you're not successful day trading right away and you make mistakes or you take a big loss or something, then that's a learning lesson. You got to learn from it. Keep grinding. You only fail when you give up. So just don't give up. Keep at it. You're young, man. You're only 17. You got plenty of time to learn this stuff. And you're picking up on it pretty well. So, you know, you don't want to, like, I understand that this is like your way to really build some wealth in your life. But also, don't put that much pressure on yourself, because if you have that mind state, like, I need to do this, then you're going to be making questionable decisions when you're trading, because that's going to be in your brain the whole time. Like, I've got to win, I can't lose. and it's fine to have a winner's mind state, but you don't want to have a winner's mind weight. Huh? Huh? So have a winner have a winner's mind state, but not a winner's mind weight. You don't want to have the winner. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I I try to come up with something smart, man, but I don't know. Just don't. I don't know if that made any sense. If you got that or what, but just don't give up. Keep at it, man. You'll get there. I was trying to come up with something that sounded cool or smart or something, and ended up I just sounded like a dumbass. So I just I just accept it and move on. So yeah, just keep grinding, man. That's all there is to it. Stock market is most likely not going anywhere. Most likely. At least here in the current time. It does look like the SPY has started to rebound some today. Now, it'll be interesting to see if it can get back over this 9 EMA. If it can, then it can pop up. And real quick, I'm going to switch over from stocks to cryptos real quick because I need to check this one swing trade. So I don't know if you guys can see this real quick. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. Alright, there you go. So I was swinging this from last night. It's GRT. Now I've got a stop loss in. I got 220. What is going on here? One only have 70 GRT, but that's not right. Because my stop loss didn't get hit. Let me refresh this. What's going on? The hell did my... I'm a little baffled right now. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Because you can see right here my fills 12 hours ago. I bought 225 GRT and then I had a stop loss in at 178. It doesn't look like it hit my stop loss, and it says it's still active. But it's only showing I got 70 GRT, which is not right. Unless it hit my stop, but I don't see. My stop was at 178, I think. Yeah, 1780. Huh. What is going on? Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. I want to figure that one out. That's a mystery there. Unless it hasn't updated or something. No, I'm looking on my portfolio. It's showing 290 available quantity. So why was it not showing it on that? Let me go back to trade. Huh. For some reason it's not showing me on my portfolio. Here, and I'll show you guys real quick here. So you know I'm not just full of shit and talking crazy. But right here's my portfolio. Hopefully my account number ain't showing anywhere. But you can see right here, graph, and this is GRT, quantity 290. Whoops. Yeah, and so then I go back to trade, and it's only showing 70. So something's glitching out here with. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Man, it's very, very weird. But I clearly have 290 in GRT. I don't know. All right. No, whatever. Hey, if that works for you, Jamie, go ahead. Use that. No, not a problem there. You've been in GRT since 37 cents. Yeah, I got some of it. I think around 50 cents, but that big dip we had in cryptos, I was looking at it and was like, I'm going to grab 200 or so here and see if it bounces back up over $2 in the next day or two. So swing trading a little bit of cryptos. And if that does break back over two and I can get out of it, I'll try to do a day trading crypto stream. Good morning, Greg. How's it going, buddy? So, SPY continuing to rebound. But we'll give the stream about 15-20 minutes here. If you guys have any more questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. And then I'm going to call it a day. What do I think about OSK? What's going on with OSK? Well, they pay an interesting dividend. See, let me go to the max chart and see. And they've been paying this dividend pretty consistently since when? 2014, and it's been growing. The fact that they beat Workhorse out on that contract, Pretty impressive. And overall, it's in an uptrend. I mean, I like this. I don't think I would buy it way up here at the top, but I do like this. Got a nice consistent dividend payment, and that dividend payment's $1.20. So it's only a 1% dividend payment, but still, you're getting growth. You're getting pretty good growth and a dividend payment with this stock. It's definitely interesting. Yeah, I know they got. That's what I was saying. I know they got the contract with it. But yeah, nice job making $1,300 on it yesterday. See, that must have been where they got the contract there, and close to after hours, right before market close. Nice, DB. I might have. So you got in at what? At 109? I might would have held a few shares of this. Possible long term. This is definitely an interesting play. How's Workhorse doing after that dip? Still down there, trying to hold that 14 area. Little breakout there on JFU. So actually on JFU, I was looking at this triangle back here, but it is on a trend line. And then it got a nice big bounce off the trend line there from 211 up to 238. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I'm not gonna jump in Oshkosh right now or anything. I was just saying I think it's interesting. I'm gonna keep it on my watch list for some of my longer term investments because I do like the way it looks. But I gotta do some more research on that company. I don't know anything about them other than they just beat out Workhorse. How are the pot stocks doing today? The pot stocks were starting to heat up, and then the whole market just decided to take a dump. Are you guys coming back up? I'm getting a little back. Let's see. Where's YOLO? YOLO's my ETF. Let's see what we got going. Yeah, so slow moves. IPR is a beast. See, and this is the other ETF, and they look exactly the same. So yeah, most of these are probably all going to look pretty similar on the daily charts. Yeah, they all just almost damn near look identical. But, I mean, the pot stocks did just go. I mean, they went on a pretty nice run. So they were all due for a little pullback. IMLO, on the other hand, Altria has not pulled back at all. Although it's not directly a pot stock, but I mean, look at the sweet, sweet dividend you get, though. It's like, what, 320 dividend? So about 3-4% dividend yield on this. And it's, yeah, if you see the top 5 pot stock video, this was on my list. And then Cron. And Cron hit that $15. I talked about that in that stock review, that it would have to break over that area to keep running. It'd probably get held up some and pulled back. So that's exactly what's happened there. So the pot stocks all look fine. They don't look like they're dying or anything. See, Riot and Mara, these are crypto stocks. They've come back down quite a bit. If crypto starts running again, these may be some possible decent swings. Daniel B, that doesn't sound like you to say buy before an earnings report. You should know that earnings reports never a lot of times don't react the way you think they're going to. That's like a gamble to me. I always like to wait till after earnings report to see how the market reacts. I mean, you could buy it now and then the best the best earnings report ever could come out and then it could still sell off. I've seen that before, so that seems like some gambly advice you're giving out there. And I would like to get that. I'd like to get Mara there at 25 on that dip. Oh, you're saying by the hype of the earnings report. You're saying Friday buy it in the morning and then as the hype pushes in throughout the day because they're going to have earnings report on Monday, sell into the hype and then let the market do its thing. I got you. Well, alright, guys. I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate everybody joining me as always. We'll be back tomorrow for some more live day trading. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time.